real, man. Caitlin Clark is the value. Natasha Cloud, you ain't bringing nothing to the table, bro. Like, hold on, let me get in my bag now. Let me stop playing games. Natasha Cloud, ain't nobody buying no fucking tickets for you.
I will be damned.
Yeah.
Because I've played in this league since 2015. I'm going into year 11. And from the time that I came into this league until now, we have fucking blown the roof off the bitch. We have blown it. We have blown it off the bitch.
You need to stop everything you are doing right now and listen to me very carefully, because we have just witnessed the single most delusional rant in the history of professional sports, and it proves once and for all that the veteran players in the WNBA have completely lost touch with reality. For months, we have been saying that Caitlin Clark is the only reason this league is relevant. We have been saying that she is the golden goose, the economic engine, and the savior of women's basketball. But the veterans like Natasha Cloud refuse to accept it. Instead, they go on social media, sit in their cars, and scream at their phones about how we built this league and how we blew the roof off the building. Well, today we are going to blow the roof off their lies with cold, hard data, because the numbers do not lie, even if the players do. Welcome back to the channel, where we don't just follow the narrative, we dismantle it, brick by brick. And today we are breaking down Natasha Cloud's unhinged CBA rant and proving why Caitlin Clark carries this entire league on her back. Let's start with the video itself, because it is honestly hard to watch. Natasha Cloud, a veteran player, a leader in the league, is sitting in her car screaming into her phone like a conspiracy theorist. She says, "I will be damned, because from the time that I came into this league until now, we have blown the roof off." Now let's pause right there and look at the facts. Natasha Cloud entered the league in 2015, so let's look at the roof she claims to have blown off. From 2015 to 2023, the WNBA had exactly 0 games with over 1 million viewers. 0, not 1, in her entire career before Caitlin Clark showed up. The league was stagnant, the ratings were flat, and the attendance was actually declining. The host of the video pulls up the attendance numbers, and it is shocking. From 2004 to 2018, the league lost nearly 2,000 average fans per game. Think about that. While Natasha Cloud claims they were blowing the roof off, the fans were actually leaving the building. The host makes a brilliant point about the timeline. He lists every single year of Cloud's career before 2024 and points out that nobody was watching. Breanna Stewart was there, Aja Wilson was there, Kelsey Plum was there, Chelsea Gray was there. All these superstars who claim to have built the league were playing in empty arenas for television audiences that were smaller than some high school games, and yet they have the audacity to sit there and claim credit for the explosion that happened the second Caitlin Clark put on a jersey. It is the equivalent of a rooster taking credit for the sunrise. Just because you were there when it happened doesn't mean you made it happen. Caitlin Clark is the sun, and Natasha Cloud is just making noise in the barnyard.
Bro, they are doing like 30,000 views on Paige Becker's games, and she's the biggest star in the league. They're so desperate they had to bring back Angel Reese. What are you talking about? That league is flopping. Nobody is covering Unrivaled. ESPN, Fox, no mate.
Go to 2015 when you were in this league. You got no games with 1 million viewers in 2015 and 2016 and 2017 and 2018 and 2019 and 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and 2023. No million viewed games your whole entire existence in the WNBA. Not only your entire existence, Fee's entire existence.
Let's dig deeper into the equity argument, because this is where the entitlement really shows. Natasha Cloud talks about wanting a piece of the pie. She talks about not taking the short end of the stick anymore. But here is the reality check. The WNBA has lost money every single year of its existence. Estimates suggest the NBA has subsidized the WNBA to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars over the last 30 years. So when Cloud talks about revenue sharing, what she is really asking for is a share of a debt that she helped create. The league wasn't profitable until 2024. And why was it profitable in 2024? Because of one person. Caitlin Clark drove ticket sales up. Caitlin Clark drove merchandise sales up. Caitlin Clark drove TV ratings up by 400%. So if anyone deserves a bigger piece of the pie, it is Caitlin Clark, not the veterans who spent a decade overseeing the league's decline. The host uses a very specific phrase. He says, "Seek help, Natasha." And while that might sound harsh, it reflects the frustration of the fan base. We are watching these players sabotage their own future with their arrogance. They are biting the hand that feeds them. They are attacking the fans who are finally paying attention. And they are trying to hold the league hostage for money that simply isn't there without Caitlin. Imagine if you were an investor. Imagine if you poured millions into a failing business for 20 years, and then suddenly one new employee turns it around and makes it profitable. and then the old employees who ran it into the ground start demanding 50% of the profits, you would laugh them out of the room, and that is exactly what Adam Silver and the owners should do to the players' union. The video also touches on the Unrivaled League, which is another crucial piece of evidence. Natasha Cloud played in Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 league, started by Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. This was supposed to be the showcase for the best players in the world. It had everyone except Caitlin Clark, and guess what happened? Nobody watched. The ratings were abysmal. The buzz was non-existent. It proved scientifically that without Caitlin Clark, the general public does not care about women's basketball. Natasha Cloud can scream all she wants about how great the product is, but the market has spoken. The market wants Caitlin Clark, and everything else is just filler.
CBA talks, but we not backing down. We not backing down. We not taking no fucking percentage that y'all would be disgusted if you heard the percentage that they wanted.
We don't care. We don't care.
Let's talk about the toxic fan narrative that these players love to push. They claim that the new fans are racist. They claim that they are toxic. They claim that they don't understand the game, but those are the fans paying their salaries. Those are the fans buying the tickets that allow the league to even consider a new CBA. Natasha Cloud has been one of the most vocal critics of the new fan base. She has alienated the very people who are putting money in her pocket. It is a level of self-destruction that is hard to comprehend. Instead of welcoming the new eyes and trying to convert them into lifelong fans, she pushes them away with her political rants and her hostility. And then she wonders why the league struggled for so long before Caitlin arrived. The graph that the host shows at the end of the video is the smoking gun. It shows a steady decline in attendance from the early 2000s all the way down to 2018. The league was bleeding out. It was on life support. There were talks about teams folding. There were talks about the NBA pulling the plug. And then suddenly in 2024, the line shoots straight up like a rocket. That vertical line has a name, and her name is Caitlin Clark. To deny that, to pretend that it was a collective effort or that we all did this, is a lie. Plain and simple. And Natasha Cloud knows it. Deep down she knows it, which is why she is so angry. She knows that her legacy is being overshadowed by a rookie, and she can't handle it. We also have to consider the timing of this rant. The CBA negotiations are stalled, the season is in jeopardy, and Adam Silver has called for urgency. Instead of coming to the table with realistic proposals, the players are making demands that would bankrupt the league. They want a 50-50 revenue split. They want a massive salary cap increase. They want everything right now, but they don't understand basic economics. You can't share revenue that doesn't exist. The owners are looking at the projections and saying, if we give you this, we go broke, especially if the veterans chase Caitlin Clark away or get her injured with their physicality. The entire financial future of the WNBA rests on the health and happiness of Caitlin Clark, and the veterans seem determined to destroy both.
Off a cliff happens. From 2004, from 2005, all the way down here to 2018, it loses nearly 2,000 average attendance members. 2,000 average attendance members. Then Caitlin Clark comes back, and it jumps from 6,600 all the way back up to 9,807 to where we are now at 10,000 average attendance.
The host mentions that nobody has been honest enough to say Caitlin changed this thing, and that is the tragedy of the WNBA right now. There is a conspiracy of silence among the players. They refuse to give credit where credit is due. Aja Wilson won't say it, Breanna Stewart won't say it, and Natasha Cloud certainly won't say it. They talk around it, they talk about the growth of the game, they talk about the moment, but they will not say her name. It is petty, it is jealous, and it is holding the league back. Imagine if Michael Jordan arrived in the NBA and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird refused to acknowledge him. Imagine if they said, oh, the league is growing because of all of us. No, they understood that a rising tide lifts all boats, but the WNBA players would rather poke holes in the boat than admit that Caitlin is the captain. Let's look at the comments section of the video, because the fans are not buying it either. The host reads a comment that calls the rant breathtakingly retarded. And while the language is harsh, the sentiment is shared by millions. People are tired of the gaslighting. They are tired of being told that what they are seeing with their own eyes isn't true. They see the empty seats at non-fever games. They see the low ratings when Caitlin isn't playing. And then they hear Natasha Cloud scream about how we blew the roof off. It creates a disconnect that breeds resentment. The fans feel like they are being lied to by the very people they are supposed to support. What happens if the CBA doesn't get done? What happens if there is a lockout? Natasha Cloud says we are not backing down. Well, if they don't back down, they might find themselves unemployed. The WNBA is not the NFL. It is not too big to fail. If the season is canceled, the casual fans will move on, the momentum will die, and the league could collapse. And the person who loses the most is actually Caitlin Clark, because she loses a year of her prime. But the veterans seem willing to burn the house down just to prove a point. They would rather rule over the ashes than serve in Caitlin's kingdom. The comparison to the NBA players getting 50% is also flawed. NBA players get 50% of a multi-billion-dollar profit machine. They generate that revenue. WNBA players want 50% of a league that has historically lost money. They want the reward without the risk. They want the NBA to keep writing checks while they insult the NBA commissioner and the fans. It is a level of entitlement that is frankly staggering, and Adam Silver's patience is running thin. He has been the biggest ally of the WNBA. He has kept it afloat for decades. And this is how they repay him, with public tantrums and unrealistic demands. So where do we go from here? The league is at a crossroads. One path leads to prosperity, with Caitlin Clark as the face of the league, with new TV deals, with charter flights, with higher salaries for everyone. The other path leads to ruin, with a lockout, with alienated fans, and with a collapse of the business model. Natasha Cloud and the union are currently sprinting down the path to ruin, and they are dragging everyone else with them. Unless cooler heads prevail, unless someone in that locker room stands up and says, hey, maybe we should be grateful for the opportunity Caitlin has created. We are heading for a disaster. I want you guys to really think about the psychology of a player like Natasha Cloud. She has grounded out for 11 years. She has played overseas to make money. She has dealt with the lack of respect for women's basketball. And now finally the respect is here. The money is here, but it's not for her, it's for the rookie. That has to hurt, that has to sting. But instead of using that pain to fuel her game, she is using it to fuel her delusion. She is trying to rewrite history to make herself the hero of the story, but the history books are already written, and they say before Caitlin and after Caitlin on a Natasha Cloud is just a footnote in the before chapter. The host ends the video by saying, "Seek help, Natasha." And again, it is a plea for sanity. The WNBA needs a reality check. They need to look at the numbers. They need to look at the empty seats in the past, and they need to accept that they are lucky to be in this position. Luck is not a strategy, but capitalizing on luck is. Caitlin Clark is the winning lottery ticket that the WNBA found on the ground, and instead of cashing it in and investing the money wisely, Natasha Cloud is trying to argue that she earned the money because she walked past the gas station where the ticket was sold. It makes no sense. So as we watch this CBA drama unfold, just remember who is really carrying the league. It isn't the players screaming in their cars. It isn't the players posting inflatable rats on Twitter. And it certainly isn't the players who presided over a decade of decline. It is the girl from Iowa who puts her head down, works hard, and drains logo threes in front of sold-out crowds. She is the reality. Natasha Cloud is the noise. And eventually the noise will fade, but the reality will remain. I want to know what you guys think. Is Natasha Cloud delusional, or does she have a point about the veterans' contributions? And do you think the players are going to ruin the season with their demands? Sound off in the comments below, because this conversation is just getting started. Make sure you like this video to help us fight the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell, because we will be here every step of the way, exposing the truth about the WNBA. Thanks for watching, and remember, facts don't care about your feelings.